Good morning. My name is Pallavi Avasthi, and I'm currently an assistant professor of public administration at Huizenga College of Business, Noah Southeastern University. So, my study, which recently got accepted at Public Administration Review, is entitled Antecedents and Consequences of Servant Leadership in Local Governments, Evidence from 3 case studies. And this study I co-authored with Dr. Fred Walumboa, who is a distinguished professor of leadership at the College of Business, Florida International University. So in this study, we argue that servant leadership is an emerging new leadership style, is highly appropriate for local government agencies given its community focus. And we test our hypothesis by examining the antecedents and outcomes of servant leadership in local governments by utilizing 3 city and county government case studies. And there are 3 key findings that emerge from our study. Basically 3 key theoretical frameworks. The first framework suggests that the servant identity and moral potency are the antecedents that translate into servant leadership behavior of local government managers through underlying mechanisms. And these mechanisms are individual life experiences, ability to critically reflect, and also the dynamic self-concept that the servant leaders are not born, but they develop into servant leaders through these underlying mechanisms. And the second theoretical framework is the servant leadership framework for local government managers, the characteristics of servant leadership in local governments. The first characteristic is empathy and genuine concern for people. Second characteristic is behaving ethically. Third is the follower-centric approaches, such as putting subordinate first, helping subordinates grow and succeed, and empowering subordinates to get the job done and not coerce or control the subordinates. Fourth quality is conceptual skills, that servant leaders can conceptualize the needs of organization and community. And the last quality is creating value for the community. The third theoretical framework, of course, talks about translation of servant leadership in organizational outcomes, such as serving culture, sustainable organizational partnerships, and also building trust within and outside the organization. And this happens through intervening mechanisms, such as negotiation. Servant leaders can negotiate very well. They are better listeners. They also show symbolism and lead by example. And this all translates into community prosperity. So we argue that servant leadership is a very effective approach for local governments, and it's an important leadership style and needs to be studied further, and needs an attention of scholars and practitioners alike in local governments and in general public sector organizations. Thank you so much.